Alright, when I put my hand up, it'll be 30 seconds to wrap it up.
Okay.
And go.
Good morning, this is Theresa
This is Matt.
from Theresa and Matt in the Morning. Welcome to this week's episode. What do you want to talk about and start out with today, Mr. Rowe?
Well, I want to talk off with Dallas Mavericks owner, Mark Cuban, I believe is his name. He came out the other day and said that he thinks the NFL is going to be going bankrupt in 10 years because they're getting too hoggish, is what he says. I mean, especially now, I don't know if you heard, but the NFL decided to go with Thursday night instead of the NFL Network football Thursday night games. They're going to do it on like CBS, I believe, got the contract to do the Thursday night games. And they're talking, maybe they're going to pick up another night, some other one for football. But that's going on. The NFL owners are meeting. I think it started yesterday. They're going to meet, and there's some very strange stuff that they're going to go over. One I heard is they might do, what do you call it, instant replay of personal fouls in the game. Also, they're talking about moving the ball back to kicking it off from the 40-yard line again.
I know they're worried about concussions and all that. Some of that actually has to do with the health of the players and safety stuff, which is fine. I know some people aren't big on that. Well, that's what you play football for. But I mean, to a certain degree, there's actually a lot of stuff that goes in that concussion stuff. So I don't mind them changing safety rules for that.
There is one on the news I did see too, where they're inviting mothers for like high school kids, and the NFL, as long as we're on it, invested like $45 million into a program. They're bringing parents in, and they're going over the things that the football players do, so that the parents can understand what their kids are going through, and kind of watch what for concussions and things like that in their own kids. And the mothers, a couple of mothers that they've been talking to, said she never would have realized
it.
Yeah.
Well, helmets protect from physical injury, like fracturing a skull. They don't do anything they don't do much, I should say, to protect from concussions.
Well, one thing
this is a big move the NFL is doing.
One thing they brought out, they're trying to point out, is the helmet is for protection, not a weapon like some of the players
are using it for.
So.
Yeah. And back to the possibility or the comment that guy made that the NFL might be going broke. There's so much money the NFL draws in with apparel, tickets, people traveling to the games. Think about it. You travel to the Super Bowl or whatever game you watch. You got to pay a hotel. You're buying gas.
Yep.
You're buying food and hamburgers to grill in the parking lot. If you're not doing that, then you're buying food in the stadium and beverages.
Yep.
There's a lot of money that brings to these small towns. Think about even Green Bay. There's a lot of money that's brought into that town of 60,000 people or however small it is, just for one game a week. You can't even park on the streets on Sundays in Green Bay on game days because it gets so congested. In terms of going bankrupt or not, yes, there's greedy people. They just got to allocate where that money goes and manage it well. One thing I like about the NFL is that there's no salary cap. I'd be kind of worried about baseball going bankrupt. They don't have the salary cap restraints that the NFL does.
And I think bankrupt might not be the right terminology I used. They're gonna like implode. And what I believe he said, like he did, was he used the NBA a few years ago, went kind of through the same thing. They were getting so big, well known, and then all of a sudden they started putting basketball, Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, and pretty soon people just got tired of it, like, hell with it. I'm gonna watch something else. They'll shut it off, and if you don't have that audience to watch them, then you're gonna say the TV series are gonna go, well, we got to come up with something else so we can get our viewers back.
And in some ways, the NFL is getting close to that because we have Monday Night Football, Thursday and Sunday. As long as they don't try to squeeze anything else in there, I think they'll be fine. But there's not as many games, and the season is shorter for NFL, so that's where it kind of helps, I think.
Yeah. And March Madness is still going. We're down to 16 teams. From what I heard, a lot of people's brackets are busted with all the upsets.
It doesn't take long.
But they said 9% of the people that probably started out, their brackets are still good yet. And what I heard. So
we'll have to see who the last Final Four are, but that just about wraps it up for... Oh yeah, we have one more public service announcement to mention before we end the episode. There's a blood drive today in Sparta at the Trinity Lutheran Church this afternoon, so if you'd like to attend that, help support the local Red Cross and Wisconsin Community Blood Center. That's this afternoon on Water Street in Sparta. Are we going to have another guest speaker next week?
We will try.
Okay, we'll go from there. Have a nice week.
Yep, see you next week.